Karli was soft.
All right, who all went to the fight? Anyone go to the fight? Who all went to the fight? All right. We need to turn that around, man. We got to turn that completely around. A couple kids in this room I want to give props to because they did really good. I don't think any of them were sitting up front. But Pablo, he fought one of Brandon Shuey's kids. A lot of guys don't know about Team Hardcore. Brandon actually is one of my dad's black belts. And he was with Sidekick from the very first day it opened until pretty much like he was even here teaching in the early 2000s. And he opened up his own gym. He's not really into the martial arts as much as us. And so a lot of his guys just train fighting. Instead of belts and things, they just train sports stuff. And Pablo fought one of them, and the kid trained all the time. It was a war. I was driving at it, but he had a good attitude. One thing I like about Pablo is he fought like a pit bull. He had no fear. Like he was ready to go. He didn't doubt himself. And if you're going to be a good fighter, like losing can't be an option really in your head. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but you don't really think about it, okay? You do your job, you fight, and that's your goal. And if you fight hard, you're going to win. That's what happened to Pablo. He gave that kid a lot. Also, Miss Karli, she fought one of the legendary Soccer Fans girls. All of his guys are tough. Our guys have fought him over the years. In old fights here in Sidekick, we used to fight those guys all over, and his guys were as tough as they possibly get. Karli grew up in Wyoming, and Sam's training her. Her dad fought for Sam, and she's an MMA fighter. Karli was 10 times the athlete that she did her first and second fight. One thing about Karli that a lot of guys don't understand is she started in my after-school class that I started years ago. One day I needed money. My school was struggling. I was like, I have to grow my school. What do I do? I was upset, man. I was crying. Like, okay, how am I going to pay my bills? So I started expanding my programs. Well, one of the first programs I started outside of Sidekick was Karli. Karli signed up, and she was a little girl. Now, and it's kind of a trip. Now it makes me feel older because I see this kid that turns 16 and she's 3-0 against adults. Like she hasn't even fought kids. I watched her growing up in the ring at Sidekick fighting, but that was as a kid. As like a 14, 15-year-old girl, she's always stepped up and fought adults, and either they were older than her or they were older and heavier than her. And her last two girls, last girl, the girl didn't even want to fight. At the end, the first fight, same thing. Karli put on a war, but her cardio's got better, her kicks got better, and it's just that ring savvy. A lot of people give up because they realize how hard fighting is. You don't see them get better. You see a lot of good fighters, and they waste their talent because they're lazy. They train like they're playing golf. They train like they're not fighting, like there's no tomorrow. They don't train like they're number 2. They think they're top notch and they're number 1. And this kid gives it her all every fight and in her training. And so she actually has the Northwest belt now in Muay Thai as a woman in the whole women's division at 105. And all of our region states, she's the Muay Thai champ, and that's a big accomplishment besides being a first degree black belt. So let's give Karli a big hand.
Nothing against Casey Thompson. Love Casey. Been to Vegas with him. Spent the weekend. He's a super drunk. He's a fun guy. I love to go to the fight. But the fight that Miss Karli won, it was a state sanctioned. She is the Northwest U.S. 108, 105 women's champion. Period. The commissioner was there. There was a lot of people there, like Soccer Fans. I want to go back a little bit. Miss Karli was that little girl that I saw when I came in here a long time ago, and I posted something on Facebook the other day, you guys, and I didn't mean any offense to anybody who might have read it. I said, Miss Karli's the most dedicated student I know. And that doesn't mean that Mackay is as dedicated, or that Pablo is as hard, or Mark makes every class he can, or whatever. But Miss Karli has like put herself, I don't know what her goals are, but I know that her grades are good. I know that she's good to her mama. I know that she's here every time I'm here, and I think I'm here constantly. When I first came, I remember Mr. Corey saying that there were rules and things, that if you were going to learn your black belt and stuff, that there were things that you had to do. Okay, you had to go sparring matches. Every sparring match I ever did, Miss Karli's been involved in. You have to become a leader. She's a leader. I watched her when she got her black belt. I remember the team was hurt so bad there. She had like 12 different students. And I was one of them. And I remember telling Miss Karli, don't you quit, Miss Karli, don't you quit, don't you quit, don't you just quit. The thing that blows my whole mind about this whole thing is that she's getting the line right now because she won the belt. And I watched the fight, and I picked it apart like Mr. Chuck does. Mr. Chuck doesn't find anything right and everything. There's always wrong. But you know what? Miss Karli's fight was simply just a little spitfire of what she is as a person. That fight was great. It was grand. It was lovely to watch. She kind of reached her pinnacle at this point with the fighting. But that fight, you just saw it. That's when you see it. Watch on video. Know that that is only a very, 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 very minute part of that person right there, Miss Karli.
I've been working out with Karli going on 10 years now. And no matter what, there's one thing that sticks out of my mind about this young woman, and that is respect. Her best friend is her mother. And with teenagers nowadays, that is very, very rare for them to have that respect. Okay? If you ever had the opportunity to be on Karli's Facebook, the young lady that she fought at the K1, they are constantly talking back and forth. And it is absolutely nothing but respect on both sides. Okay? I have never once in 10 years seen Karli disrespect somebody. Not that I can't think of one time. She's very humble. She's very respectful. She's an amazing martial artist. If you've ever been kicked by her, you know that. So, all I can say is, with Karli, I really appreciate everything that you've done for the gym, all the things that you have taught me, and I really hope that in the future I get to work out with you more, probably a little bit more one-on-one, and if I had the opportunity, I would do anything for you. If you ever need anything, I'll let you know.
On the serious side, though, guys, I got to say this. Karli won in fine fashion. But come on, it was only this tall.
Everyone that wasn't there was like, what? Okay, so everyone real quick, get Karli in. Alright, Miss Karli, you come out here and sit on your knees. Okay, for a second. Alright. She didn't know this was coming. Okay, I'm Master Chris Rader, 6th-degree black belt, Psychics martial arts under the tutelage of Pakistan Canada. Master Gamma Custody, hereby promote Karli Black and 2nd-degree black belt. All right, everyone stand up. Let's give Karli a hand. big girl. All right. Good job, everybody. Okay, let's follow now, Karli.
Together.
All right, good job, everybody.